Listen, there are some explosive details being reviewed in this Karmelo Anthony case. First things first, I was able to get into the courtroom. Second thing is, what we were able to find out today is that Karmelo Anthony didn't just go into the tent. He asked, "Is it okay if I sit here?"
Jigga TV, kids, it's the one.
Jigga TV.
You already know.
You already know that.
Boy CJ, man, shout out to Jigga.
This is Jigga TV with Jigga News. Let's jump into this content. The Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf case just took a major turn, and the latest testimonies can completely change how people look at what happened that day. For months, this case has divided the internet. Some people have argued that Karmelo acted in self-defense. Others believe Austin Metcalf was an innocent victim who was simply trying to avoid confrontation. Now, students who were actually there are speaking under oath. According to testimonies from 6 student witnesses, 4 of whom are black, they described Karmelo Anthony as the aggressor during the encounter. The details have become a major talking point because so much of the public conversation around this case is focused on race. Several of those students claim Austin wasn't even looking to fight. They testified Austin was trying to keep the peace and even told Karmelo that he didn't want to fight.
And this is a minor, a witness that was sitting under the Memorial High pop-up tent with his team near the victim, Austin Metcalf. The suspect, Karmelo Anthony, was from Centennial High and was sitting under the Memorial High tent. Austin told Karmelo that he needed to move out from under their team's tent. Karmelo grabbed his bag, opened it, reached inside, and proceeded to tell Austin, quote, "Touch me and see what happens." No one really thought Karmelo really had any weapons in his bag, and Austin proceeded to touch Karmelo. Then Karmelo told Austin to punch him and see what happens. A short time later, Austin grabbed Karmelo to tell him to move, and Karmelo pulled out what this witness recalled as a black knife and stabbed Austin once in the chest and then ran away. Let's talk about what that statement means. All sitting on the bleachers under a Memorial High tent when another male he did not know walked over and sat under the tent. That would be Karmelo Anthony. Austin told this male that since he didn't go to Memorial, he had to leave the tent. Austin and the male went back and forth. Then Austin stood up and pushed the male to get him out of the tent. During the time of the arguing, the male was reaching around in the bag that he had. It was at this time that the male took out the knife and stabbed Austin and then left the scene.
Another major point raised during the testimony was Karmelo was allegedly asked to leave the area more than 15 times. According to those witnesses, multiple students repeatedly asked him to walk away, but he refused. Supporters of Austin's family argue this is significant because Karmelo Anthony claimed he acted in self-defense. They say these witness accounts are accurate. It suggested that he had several opportunities to remove himself from the situation. But that's not the only version of events that are being presented. According to other testimonies discussed in court, Karmelo Anthony was not only invited to come over to the tent, but allegedly asked if it was okay for him to sit down before the confrontation even started.
Welcome back. Listen, there are some explosive details being reviewed in this Karmelo Anthony case. First things first, I was able to get into the courtroom. Second thing is, what we were able to find out today is that Karmelo Anthony didn't just go into the tent. He asked, "Is it okay if I sit here?" and even made small talk with the kid next to him about the weather, using the words, "Crazy weather, huh?" To which the kid responded, "Yeah, it is." Not only that, we found out that Eddie, Karmelo's friend, when he realized that Karmelo was in the tent, actually switched seats with another kid so that he and Karmelo could be seated next to each other and talk. It was also revealed on cross-examination that Karmelo Anthony and Eddie, although may not be best friends, but had a really close relationship because Karmelo Anthony's girlfriend, her parents and Eddie's parents are really good friends, and Eddie has tagged along with Karmelo and his girlfriend when they were out on dates.
People who believe Karmelo is innocent say this information destroys the narrative that he simply showed up looking for trouble. They argued that if he was welcomed into the area, then many of the online rumors surrounding the case may have been misleading. And then there's another account adding even more complexity to the tragedy. A proclaimed high school staff member, aka a pedo, who claims he had viewed surveillance footage of the incident, has now shared what he says he witnesses from the video. According to his description, the footage provides a detailed look at the moments leading up to the deadly confrontation.
You seen the video with your own 2 eyes. Was it clear enough or was it fuzzy or what?
No, it was clear. It was clear enough where you can see the actual individual raindrops come by the camera.
Okay.
That's how clear it is. You actually see them walking up. You see that Karmelo is already up under there. He's under there minding his business.
Dodging the rain or?
Yeah, it was still raining. You know,
right.
I'm from Little Rock. So that day we were under a tornado watch.
Right.
And we were under thunderstorm warning. And we know we had already had some light rain then, and it started raining again. Then it was over with for the day.
Okay.
So that's kind of what happened on that day. But they were at a rain delay already. And so during that time when that happened, the twins, their 2 buddies, and a few other kids, because there was a few kids involved with them, they were all coming from the direction of the middle school,
right,
coming walking back up.
Right.
On the video, you can see those 4 that actually was involved, and maybe about 3 or 4 others that was with them, skipping up, trying to catch up behind. One veered off probably toward his way to go to the coach and kind of distract him a little bit. And then the other 4 came walking together. One went in front of them, went past.
Right.
The other 4 went and they surrounded Karmelo. You know, if you're Karmelo.
And they showed that on that video.
It's on the video.
Okay, come on.
You can see them walk
I'm gonna say little
and
stuff.
I'll put it this way.
Okay.
They actually tell you when you're watching the video, pay attention to this corner right here, because if you look anywhere else, you might miss different things.
Okay.
So watch those 4. Here they're 4 right there coming up.
Right.
That's exactly what they say.
Okay.
And so you have no way to be confused that it's those 4.
Okay.
So they come up, they surround them, and this immediate moment of not even a few seconds of pause, then that's when they jump. And so
they actually did jump him.
Yeah, it wasn't just no touch. It wasn't just all that moment. Yeah, it was a push. It was all kind of things. But Austin pushed, Hunter hit, and then everybody swung. But at the same time,
So it's more than the twins that got some licks
all
on
4.
them. So it showed that in the video.
Yes, in the video. So again, you got Hunter and Austin standing in the middle.
Okay.
And you have the light bright boy here, and you have the darker boy here.
Okay.
I think that's what I remember. So I have to go back and think about it. But that's where they were. One was going up and down while they were talking and kind of pushing or whatever he was doing. Austin and Hunter was in front. So where they're talking about grabbing bags, Hunter actually said that I grabbed his bag.
Right.
And then later on, he said that Austin threw the bag.
Okay.
Jeff also said the same thing. And so that's them both antagonizing. And we know under Texas law, I just have the fear that you're about to do something to me and you can get up out of here. Yeah, so you don't have to touch me. But at that point, he still stood there and stopped there. And whatever they say alleged was said, you don't know that until they get into it here. But once they did that, they started hitting him. Karmelo actually was able to back out and try to get away. So he was actually trying to get away the first time. Austin grabbed him, and you can see his hoodie coming out like this, and they brought him back in.
Okay.
And when they brought him back in, that's when you can see Austin put him in a headlock. You can see that all the rest of them are still hitting. That must be when the poke happened, because he was able to get out again. He backed out. He looked to the right. That's where the other little kid was filming, because they got some cell phone footage too. But that's where he was filming. He looked directly at him in his camera, and then he went this way to the left. He went down. He fell. And that's when they realized he was gone, because they were still punching. And when he fell, that's when they all turned around. They started chasing him. Austin tried to go chase him too, but he grabbed his chest. I guess he realized that something happened to him. And that's when he went down a little bit and he fell down. But all 3 of them were chasing. But Karmelo was so fast, he got away and went around to the coach. And so you can see them on the video pointing toward Karmelo and the coach. And I can imagine, because Karmelo's out of the camera on that moment, that he was telling the coach what happened. And then that's when Hunter said he whipped his head around. That's a true statement. He just wasn't sitting when he did it. He whipped his head around. You see him on the video. And that's when he walked over to where Austin was, but he never touched him. So all that stuff about him rendering aid and holding his heart, and all, he never did that, because the coach grabbed him and he was holding him. So at the end of the day, that's kind of where the moment went. But they did assault him, and we'll just play the game. Even if it was just a push, you still assaulted him, because it was unwanted. By your own definition in your word of him saying that leave me alone and I'm not going, you assaulted him, period. But they did beat him. And if you look at not the photo that Fox 4 put out, because that was one that they actually edited. I have the emails to prove it. But the actual Collin County one, you can see the webs and stuff on his eye. You can see the bridge of his nose is swollen. You can see the webs under his neck. And so that's the reason why they edited the one from Fox and kind of airbrushed it. And you can see they put the locks of his hair that got taken out as well.
As of now, the public has not seen the complete surveillance footage, and many people believe that video could become one of the most important pieces of evidence in the entire case. At this stage, there are multiple narratives colliding. One side points to student witnesses who say Austin tried to avoid the fight and Karmelo refused numerous chances to leave. The other side points to testimony suggesting that Karmelo was invited to the tent and wasn't trespassing or forcing his way into the group. Ultimately, it will be up to the court to weigh in the witness testimonies, examine physical evidence, review the available surveillance footage, and determine exactly what happened that day. One thing is certain, this case is far from over, and every new piece of testimony is adding on to another layer that has captured the attention of people across the country. This is Jigga TV with Jigga News. Let me know what you think in the comments, but keep it respectful because this is a real case involving the loss of a young life and a future that was changed forever. And if you're on mobile, make sure you hype this video up. And if you enjoy this content, follow up. There's another video coming right behind this. This is Jigga TV with Jigga News. I'm out.
Y'all, this is Ice Spice in the mix with Lamont Pete, aka LA Drake.
Hey everyone, Lamont Pete here, representing JiggaTV.com. I'm calling on all artists, creators, and business owners. This is the place to be for amazing resources. Our platform offers a wide variety of membership options and expert coaches to guide you on your journey to success. Join us and unlock the full potential of your talents and ventures.
You're in the mix. Lamont P, aka LA Dre.